How's it going, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Man, I have no idea what I just watched. Have you ever wanted to see Arnold get pregnant? This is Junior. Junior was released in 1994 and is a buddy sci-fi comedy film directed by Ivan Reitman. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, and Emma Thompson in this strange little film where Arnold agrees to go through a male pregnancy to test out a newly developed drug called expectane, which is said to prevent miscarriages. Yeah, I never thought that I'd be forming those words into one sentence and see it happen before my very eyes. I mean, who would have thought that Arnold, the man who plays badass characters such as the Terminator and Dutch from Predator, would be a man that gets pregnant? What? So the only way that I found out about this film was seeing this disturbing scene.
Mama! Mama! Mama!
Immediately, I couldn't help but think of Son of the Mask and that one scene of Loki posing as the baby. I mean, just look at the two scenes. They're pretty similar.
Guess who?
Mama!
I mean, there's absolutely no way that another movie could have more disturbing images than Son of the Mask. But luckily, that wasn't the case. And I mean, the premise alone was already enough to make me feel awkward and confused. When the film begins, we get to see Arnold as the one-note guy who is proposing the new drug, expectane, to the FDA. But it ultimately isn't approved, and Arnold ends up losing his lab as well. Because of this, him and DeVito decide to test out the drug themselves to collect the data on how the drug reacts with its host, hoping to get it approved down the line. It only needs to be tested for 1 trimester, but Arnold comes to the conclusion that he wants to continue with the pregnancy to raise the child as his own. Yeah, this film left me with some very mixed emotions, but as a whole, call me crazy, but I kinda liked it.
Mama!
Except for that. I mean, just the thought of Arnold out of all guys going through pregnancy is one of the most bad shit insane ideas I've ever heard, and it has so many windows for comedic possibilities. You've already got him in something silly like Kindergarten Cop, and you've even got him in Batman and Robin cracking ice puns for the entire movie.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
And how does Junior live up to utilizing Arnold with such an insane concept? For me, it was entertaining in the way that you'd expect with Arnold. Very awkward from start to finish, but you can't help but laugh and respect the charm and commitment in his performance. And with a concept like a man getting pregnant, there's probably no other actor that can pull it off like Arnold did. Now, when I went into this film, I was expecting to be hating it the whole time and just leaving disturbed when I was done viewing. And don't get me wrong, this film is bad shit insane, and it's one of the dumbest films I've ever seen. But I say that in a bit of a good way. Throughout the film, you get to see Arnold go through the whole process of pregnancy, and you get to see him go through hormone spikes, see him constantly eating, and switch to a completely different type of character than he was from the start of the movie. I especially find it hilarious when he says lines like this.
My nipples are very sensitive. Feel how soft my skin is.
No, I don't stop it. I want my baby.
Shh. Does my body disgust you? My body, my choice.
You go, girl. You go, girl.
Seeing him go through a straight man routine for this type of role is honestly very impressive. I'm sure there's a large handful of actors that wouldn't be able to take this role as seriously as Arnold did from start to finish. And honestly, if you're one of those people that has seen this movie, how can you forget Arnold dressing up as a lady, complete with a high-pitched, soft-spoken voice?
I realize that my appearance may be a bit startling.
I swear, the moment I saw this happen on screen, I don't think I've ever had my jaw open for so long. Right now, I still don't know what to think of it. Right now, my brain pretty much looks like this. I was absolutely torn between laughing at him or cringing, just like I did with Batman and Robin when he's cracking ice puns. But in a weird kind of way, you can find a little bit of charm in Arnold's performance when he's acting like a mother. I also gotta give credit to Danny DeVito as well as Emma Thompson. With DeVito's straight man routine with Arnold and also growing to become supportive of what he ended up doing to himself. It's not the typical style that people are used to, and for me, it was refreshing to see the way DeVito performed in this movie. I also think that him and Arnold make for a perfect caretaking duo. At first, he wants Arnold to get rid of this kid, but he eventually learns to soften up and support his friend through this time. Additionally, with Emma Thompson, you get the usual silly yet fun-loving style she's known for, which is very enjoyable to watch. You also get to watch her and Arnold engage in this cute yet awkward romance throughout the entire movie, which I kind of enjoyed seeing. And that twist during the movie involving her, I can definitely say it caught me off guard. For those of you that watched the movie, what did you think of it? I'd like to know in the comments below. Without them as supporting roles in this film, it probably would have ended up being a little bit boring and more disturbing than it already is. I've obviously been talking a lot of positives about this movie so far, but there's definitely some problems that I have with it. Mama! Besides that, my first issue is the fact that they got Arnold to play this role. And I'm not saying that he wasn't entertaining. I mean, any role that Arnold plays is bound to entertain you in some way. Even with Batman and Robin, when he's constantly making ice puns. It's cringy, but it's somehow enjoyable. However, with the exception of Lady Arnold, I would have loved to see some of the routines played up a lot more with someone like him. I mean, I was already entertained by the fact that he was acting like a pregnant woman for the whole movie, but if it added a little bit more of that Batman and Robin edge, I think that would have enhanced the comedy. If you're gonna have Arnold playing a pregnant man for your movie, play it up a little, have fun with him. I also have to say that the villain, Noah Baines, is just your average and generic movie villain whose only motivation is to make more money off of Arnold. He's hardly shown in the film to begin with, and the fact that one little mess up leads him to being defeated was pretty ridiculous. Overall though, I can't believe I'm saying this, but despite what a lot of people say about this movie, I think Junior is pretty decent for what it is. Mama! Just keep that Arnold baby away from me. Obviously, the whole concept of a dude getting pregnant is very questionable, and if anyone were to hear that concept just out of the blue, I know they would be incredibly disturbed. I mean, I sure as hell was. But somehow, I managed to find myself enjoying Arnold playing himself up as a man acting his heart out as a pregnant man. We were able to see a lonely man that keeps to himself go through an experience that transformed him into someone that learned to be more sensitive and become more of a family man through childbirth. The movie definitely has its cringy moments and its silly moments, mostly cringy moments, but Arnold was able to carry the film through his comedic aspects as well as his performance for the whole entire movie. Is it a good movie? Absolutely not. But does it manage to entertain you? Somehow. A movie full of fun stupidity, as well as the likability and charm of the Austrian bodybuilder? I'm gonna go ahead and give Junior 6 out of 10 Arnold babies.
My body, my choice.
Man, I didn't expect to be giving a positive review for this movie, but I did it. But anyways, what do you guys think of Junior? Do you guys love it? Do you hate it? Do you not care to watch it? I'd love to know in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for some more future movie content. I'd like to thank you guys for joining me in this review. And until the next one, you guys, I'll see you later.